Thank you very much indeed to Richard for that, and thank all of you for coming here. There's a lot going on in the economy, there's a lot going on in the markets at the moment, and so I know you're all going to be exceptionally busy people, so we're very glad that you've turned up and hope we can reward that with some insights from our speakers and our panelists into what exactly is going on in the market, because believe me, I work at a news organization and we're not sure, so I'm not really sure anybody else is, whatever they may say. We're going to start with a bit of a gadget. We've done this before. Anyone who's been here before will have seen this. It's the DigiVote system. We're going to be asking you questions, and you've got what looks like a TV remote control on your chair. We're going to ask you questions, and basically you're going to press a button to give an answer, and we'll get some idea of what sentiment in this room is like towards the economy. Let's give it a test right now and start it off. We've got one question coming up. Should come up on the screen there. There you go. How do you think the global economy will be, or was in 2010 and will be in 2011? Three choices. Rebalancing, by which we mean a shift in power from the developed nations to the emerging economies. Recovery, that is recovery in the developed nations. Something of an extension of the old model where the emerging nations make goods and sell them to the West, or no significant change at all. In other words, we muddle along as we're muddling along right now. Give it a go. Hit 1, 2, or 3 on your button. I think you've probably got something like 60 seconds to make up your mind. And we don't have the background music. Oh, we do. There we go. You have to press the green button, isn't it? Ah. Did anyone struggle with that? I don't think so. You've got 131 votes coming through. Apparently you have to press the green button to turn it on before you make your mind up. Many more opportunities coming up, but here you go. 2/3 of you think the world economy is rebalancing. That is a shift in power from west to east. About 1 in 5. And this about 1 in 6, 1 in 7 saying either recovery or no significant change. So a clear majority, the power is shifting, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a smooth path. I'm going to give you some examples of that. When I got in this morning at 6 o'clock at Bloomberg, looked at the first screens that we have up, effectively our headline pages. And here are some of the headlines that we had running this morning. In the developed world, stocks tumble, euro weakens on signs Europe's debt crisis is getting worse. That's pretty much bad news from Europe all the way through, but spreading around the world. Greece will accelerate state asset sales to stem debt crisis as bonds dropped. You can get, if you want to buy 10-year Greek debt, you can get 17% yield at the moment. I'm not saying I recommend it, but that's quite a signal that's being sent by the bond markets at the moment. And Belgium has outlook on debt lowered to negative at Fitch. If Belgium's in trouble, we're all in trouble. You know that. While in the developing world, it's something more of a mixed picture. Brazil's long-term currency rating raised to outlook positive by S&P. So there you go, good sign for Brazil. Porsche forecasts record 2011 sales globally, led by China, of course. About 35% of Porsche sales this year are expected to be to Chinese citizens. On the other hand, slumping Chinese stocks may extend their decline. ICBC, Credit Suisse, both sang. So just because you're making money in the real economy doesn't mean you make money in the financial economy, and that should be a leading indicator of problems down the road. So mixed signals from emerging markets. At the moment, pretty negative signals coming out of the developed economies. Why is that? We're going to explore that this morning, but I do want to give you another story which is on the wires this morning, and this is one of the more, well, tell me what you think about it. It's the story of Helena Morrissey. She's a money manager in London who 20 years ago was passed over for promotion. She was working at Schroders at the time. Why? Because she'd just had her first child, and when she came back to work, her boss said to her that he doubted her commitment to the job because she was clearly on the childbirth path instead. So where is she now? Well, she's not at Schroders, that's for sure. She quit that job. Her boss was right about that. Her commitment to Schroders was lacking. She's now chief executive of Newton Investment Management. She manages £47 billion, and she has 9 children now along the way. She's 45 years old. So she's gone all out to prove Schroders completely wrong, and Schroders declined to comment on that article. That's got nothing to do much with what we're talking about today, but I thought it was a great story, and I thought I'd share it with you. Bottom line, the outcome of the global financial crisis, not yet clear at all. Sales of existing homes in the US at recession levels. That's not a good thing. Yet the job market is slowly improving. Europe's got a debt crisis. German exports are booming. Chinese interest rates are rising. That's a sign of a strong economy. Yet they're also supposed to be curbing inflation, and that may not be working so well. So where does that end? And Japan, as always, got its own unique challenges, pretty tragic ones at the moment. So today we're going to be asking this question: rebalancing from west to east, or recovery of the old economic model, or maybe something altogether worse. We have quite a lineup of speakers today. Let me run through just a little bit of the biography for some of these speakers. We have today Dr. Dan Steinbock. He's Research Director of International Business at the India, China and America Institute. He's also a Fulbright Scholar and author of a book, The Mobile Revolution, The Making of Mobile Services Worldwide. So he'll be giving us his insight. He'll be giving a presentation, as will Edward Leung, Chief Economist at the Trade Development Council. So we've got two presentations coming up, and then we've got a panel discussion. Dr. C.H. Ng will join us for that. He's Vice Chairman of the Hong Kong Electronic Industries Association and Chairman and Managing Director of Suga International Holdings, which makes the kind of devices that you see on your chair right now. Not precisely that one, but that kind of thing. And also pet training devices, I believe. I'd like to know what they are a little bit later on. And also Iva Zlotowski, who's the Chief Economist for Coface. That is the Trade Receivables and Supply Credit Management Company, who are your hosts today. So we'll have that discussion. Then we're going to have a 30-minute coffee break, and then same format in the second half of the morning, two presentations and a panel discussion, and of course, in both cases, questions and answers.